o'clock, and we have a quorum. Would you all stand? Jeff, will say our prayer.
Dear Lord, thank you for this day. Thank you for everything you've given us. Please be with these teachers and staff as they make it through the rest of the year. Please be with us. Give us the wisdom to make the best decisions for the district. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. On the Texas flag, I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Okay, we don't have anybody signed up for open forum, so we will recognize our guests.
So me and Mr. Jones went in together and invited all of the band directors and all of the band students that did solo and ensemble back in February? Yeah, or 1st of February. So we'll let Mr. Sexton and Mrs. Rogers get up and tell you all about those guys.
Sounds good.
All right, so back at the beginning of February, we took both junior high and high school to solo and ensemble competition. It was 2 different days. I had went ahead and made the decision to go ahead and open up solo and ensemble to the 6th grade as well. We took 50 junior high students to their competition. We came back with 46 medals, grade 1 solo medals, and we had one 6th grade clarinet ensemble as well, and they were rated A1 as well, so that particular group came back with 2 medals. We also took the next day down 23, I want to say 23, yes, right. Thank you, 23 high school students, some of which were playing music that would not get them to state, and some of which, most of them that we took would be able to get them into state contests. And every single student that we took down there got rated A1 and came home with a medal. And every single one who had music that could get them to state have made it to state. So we are taking 18 students to state, solo and ensemble as well, at the end of May. The students that we have here with us are a mixture of 6th, 7th, 8th, and high school students. The 2 high school students that are with us, could you 2 stand up first for me? Colton is going to state with a solo. Gunnar is part of an ensemble. Can I get the 7th graders to stand up as well? My 7th graders that are representing got ones for their solo and ensemble. Brooklyn also, I want to point her out, she got first chair symphonic band at all region competition as well. And that's the highest chair of the highest band of junior high. And then can I have all of my 6th graders stand up as well? 2 of these are clarinetists that got the double medal, and then she's even wearing hers. We've got these guys representing some of the other sections that got ones. So it's been a very, very successful year.
Very good.
Awesome.
Do you have them all come up here, and y'all come up, and we'll get a picture real quick.
Smile, that's all property. That's okay, I'll stand at the front. I'm the shortest one. Okay, we can scoot down.
Okay, ready?
Everybody say dirty socks.
Good job.
Okay, good job.
Good job.
Did you see the X? How are you? Was that on my guess? Oh, okay. There's Marcy back there.
You don't have to sit in the back row.
Yeah.
Let me go down to.
Okay, let's start off with new business. Does anybody have any questions on the consent agenda?
I'd just like to say one quick thing. I appreciate Mesquite Homes, Jonna Palapple. She donated for the concession stand for Pantex relays for our cheerleaders. And so we appreciate her donation. That helped them out for their camps this summer and things, so.
Good deal. All right. Do you have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
I move to approve the consent agenda.
A motion by Doug,
Second.
second by Chad. All in favor? All in favor, none opposed, motion carries. All right, we're gonna move on to the regular agenda and Mr. Garrison.
Yes, sir. This is, we talked about, I believe it was a couple months ago when Mr. Hine was still here. We approved joining the Region 16 EdNet Fiber Consortium. But at that time, they didn't have the resolution, and so we approved it, but now we just gotta go back and approve a resolution, and all this does is approves us joining their consortium, and then authorizes me to sign the agreement.
Anybody got any questions? No? Okay, do I have a motion to approve the resolution for Region 16 EdNet Fiber?
I move to approve a resolution to join the Region 16 EdNet Fiber Consortium and authorize the superintendent to sign the agreement and take action necessary or appropriate to enter into the agreement.
Motion by Doug, do I have a second? Second. Second by Mike. All in favor? All in favor, none opposed, motion carries.
Okay, the next is just the certification of unopposed candidates and the cancellation of the trustee election that was set for May 3rd, 2025.
Any questions?
I forgot to put approve on there,
Do I have a motion?
I move to approve the certification of unopposed candidates and the cancellation of the trustee election.
Motion by Chad, do I have a second? Second by Logan. All in favor? All in favor, none opposed, motion carries. All right. Y'all looked at the administration reports. Do y'all have any questions or anything y'all would like to talk about on any of them? No? Okay. We'll move on to district reports and Mrs. Kirksey.
So I have included the financials. On y'all's page, we should be setting at 49%. Anything that wasn't at 49%, I highlighted in yellow to indicate that we're over our percentage range in that area. It's basically the same as last month. It's just little expenditures that happen. If you want more details, I have them. If you have any questions, the attendance, it is continuing to decline, but apparently it's not at a worrisome. We started out at 680 something at the beginning of the year, and we're at 666 point. We got to get the point in there, 453, because we don't want 666 students. No. But that is where we are financially.
What did we start with? Anybody remember?
It was
This year?
683 point something like that.
Any other questions? Anybody else? Any of y'all have any questions? Okay. Thank you very much. All right. Ms. Searles.
All right, I just threw in a couple the other things that we look at that go towards our House Bill 3 goals. This first page is just a graph for pre-K, and one thing we look at pre-K that goes into the literacy goal is, this is rapid letter naming. So at the beginning of the year, pre-K kids are asked, the teachers give a little test and they throw up little letters, capital and lowercase letters, and the students get 3 seconds to try to name those letters. And so at the beginning of the year, pre-K students knew less than 30% of them could do the test. And then they re-gave this same test in the middle of the year in February, and we're at 80% of the students knowing all the letters. They get 3 seconds, and they have 1 minute to go through all these different letters. So we've gained 50% of our pre-K students knowing that. The next one is another pre-K test. This one is over rapid vocabulary, and so what this test they do is they show little pictures. So it may be a ball, a boot, just random pictures kids like pre-K kids should know to see what their exposure to vocabulary was. And at the beginning of the year, we had about 70% of the students are able to identify, and we've grown to close to 90% of the students can identify the pictures. And so by the end of the year, we want to try to have 100% recognition in all these things. And this is 2 of the tests that our pre-K teachers use to go towards their teacher incentive allotment as well. So they're growing a lot. And then the last one is first grade. It's also a first grade test. They have 2 different types. Well, the first one is sight word reading. They have 3 seconds again to name little simple words like bat, hat, those type of words. And then the next middle bar is over blending phonemes, and a phoneme is basically like a unit of sound, so like the P, the P sound, and tap. And then the last one is a dyslexia screener we do for all first graders. And so at the beginning of the year on the sight word reading, they were at less than 25% of the kids could read the sight words, and we're up at close to 50%, so we're gaining that. On the phoneme identification, they were, actually they don't do the phoneme at the beginning, but anyway, we're at 70% on them being able to identify the phonemes. And then dyslexia screener, we only do this middle of the year for first graders, and we submit this data to the state, but it looks our first graders right now are at about 90% of our students are good, and so we're gonna keep track of those 10% kids, and that doesn't mean that they have dyslexia, but it means we're gonna monitor them, make sure they don't have dyslexia for the future when we might need to refer them for special education or other services. So that's just some stuff we look at for first grade that goes towards our literacy goals to make sure we're meeting, what we need to do for that. Really, that's all I wanted to show you on that. One other thing I wanted just to mention that's not in the report. So our teacher incentive allotment, we're still working on submitting data and all the things that go with teacher incentive allotment. It's been a lot between me, Ms. Ryder, Ms. Tanya. There's lots of little pieces behind the scenes. Ms. Courtney is going to get to handle money issues with that here before long. In April, we're going to get the actual official amounts that the teachers will earn. 15 teachers are submitted for designation. In April, we'll get those amounts. And one thing is, so as far as the teacher incentive allotment goes, we don't know how much money is going to come out of our budget. And they don't pay you the money until September. So they do like a settle up. So we have to pay out of our fund balance the money for the teacher incentive allotment, and then we settle up and do all of that. So Courtney will, once she gets the amounts in April, she'll come to you guys with a budget amendment so we know how much money. I'm hoping it's a lot, that we get to pay these teachers. Super excited. I kind of did some numbers. It's going to be well over $100,000, I think. So super happy for that. It could be more than that because the bills are proposing right now, they're thinking about increasing those numbers quite a bit. So I'm hoping we can come to you with a whole lot of money we need to pay teachers. So just so you're aware, we'll have to do something to help pay for that, and then we get reimbursed in September to settle up with all that money. But I'm super excited about the thought of all of it.
Do you have any plans of doing any kind of a
Growth?
no
Celebration?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, we'd like to do something to have like a big celebration for the teachers. We haven't exactly planned it yet, but we might do. We want to surprise them with, when we get the amounts, do something to go surprise them, but then maybe have a dinner or, I don't know, something, but we'll do something for them for sure. It's a big honor.
It is. It is. They worked hard for it.
Mm-hmm.
They've all worked hard for it.
Yeah. So it's nice to see they're gonna get that for sure. And then we want to grow it next year.
Yes. I think especially if you make a big deal of it, and all
Mhm.
the other teachers see, okay, if I really do this, I think that'll help a lot.
It's a big thing, so for sure. Any other questions?
Thank you for all your work on it.
Sure.
And everybody else.
Sure.
Appreciate it. Wouldn't be possible without you guys doing it.
All right, Mr. Garrison.
All right, here in a minute, when we get in closed session, we'll discuss the district vulnerability assessment, because there's some things in there that, you know, we don't want to discuss in public, so we'll discuss that here in a minute when we get back there. We did meet with Shyburn Mayor Richard Constancio. I am meeting with one of his representatives on Monday. They're going to go around the different schools and take measurements and do that type of thing to get ready for that. And so he thinks it was another month and a half or so that we'll have some numbers from the contractor for the bond stuff. He doesn't anticipate doing a whole lot this summer as far as getting started there. We talked about possibly some things in the gym and that type of deal, but he wasn't sure. We kind of come up with a plan, or he came up with a plan possibly with the elementary where we move around and do one wing at a time, because he said it'd be cost efficient, you know, to do one and then go straight to the other one and get it done, rather than do one and then come back at a later time, you know, several months later. So he said when he brings us the numbers, he'll kind of have a timeline on all those types of things. And so, but like I said, I'm meeting with them on Monday. One other thing is with our PEMS or TSDS, we had in Region 16, and what they're doing is they were at the TASBO meeting, and they selected one individual from each service center out of all those different schools to represent that service center on what you call it, a champions deal. And so anyway, the service center selected Mrs. Stevenson to represent our Region 16. I mean, not only the district, but I mean the entire Region 16 to be a part of that group. And it's going to be some more work on her, but it is, you know, an honor and a recognition, although I said it wasn't an award, but
This has kind of been a joke.
but she does a great job, and there's others that notice she's doing a good job, so I just wanted to give her a shout out that we do appreciate her, and she does do a good job. She's been giving me a hard time. So. We did make her a trophy.
I mean, there is a trophy. I'm making them call me champion. Well, champ. I'm hungry. But thank y'all.
But other than that, we did our track meet this last week. It went great. And so we got hosting part of Sonette's Woodbat baseball tournament the next couple days, weather permitting, I guess. And so now things are rolling. So we're getting there.
Okay, good deal. Thank you. All right, set the next board meeting. You want to do it the first of the month or the middle?
Doesn't matter to me.
Anybody got anything that they're going to be out for?
Yeah.
How about the 9th, Wednesday? Okay. Okay. All right, Ms. Kirksey, will you call us into closed session at 6:25 to deploy or specify occasion of implementation of security personnel, critical infrastructure, or security devices, Texas Governmental Code 551.076. Discuss personnel, Texas Governmental Code 551.071. Discuss regarding athletic director, head football coach. Discuss personnel, Texas Governmental Code 551.074. Discussion regarding administrative positions, and discuss personnel, Texas Governmental Code 551.074. Discussion regarding superintendent contract.
So we start with.
We'll start with Kim. session at 7:20. And Mr. Garrison.
All right, I recommend a certified administrator / coach dual probationary contract for the remainder of the 24-25 school year and for the 25-26 school year for Brandon Bennett.
A recommendation by Jason, do I have a motion?
I move to approve a certified administrator coach dual probationary contract for the remainder of the 2024-2025 school year and for the 2025-2026 school year for Brandon Bennett.
Motion by Doug, do I have a second? Second by Rusty, all in favor? All in favor, none opposed, motion carries. Right. You want to do a recommendation?
Okay.
I'll do it. I'll make a recommendation to move to approve the superintendent contract for Ken Searles to begin on July 1st, 2025, ending June 30th, 2027, for duties as assigned. Do I have a motion?
I move to approve the superintendent's contract for Ken Searles to begin on July 1st, 2025, ending June 30th, 2027, for duties as assigned.
Motion by Rusty, do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Stacy, all in favor? All in favor, motion carries. All right. Will you call us, make a motion to adjourn at 7:21, do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Logan, all in favor? All in favor, none opposed.